Hello Justin, it's Saturday, October 12th, and we are going to LEGO KidsFest today. Come with us. So it turned out that my oldest son and I went to the LEGO KidsFest while the rest of the family went to the zoo today. We chose to do a park and ride and take light rail downtown. This is actually my oldest son's first trip on light rail. He seemed to enjoy himself immensely. Despite the concerns of a 6-year-old, we found our way to the right spot, and so did a lot of other people. This was the crowd waiting in line about 8 minutes before the doors opened. There were a lot of people here. And we were all here to see one thing: Legos. And did we ever? We saw not so many minifigure, about 6 feet tall. We saw the Man of Steel himself. We saw Star Wars clone troopers. We saw Darth Vader. And we'll come back to this part. We wandered over to a place called Lego Nation, where they had an entire map spread out of the continental United States, the size of a basketball court. And what you did was you would be given a square, and you built something, and you could put it on any state or any place that you wanted. We'll come back to that too. This is the Lego City section that they had set up. It's almost like a model train area, where they had a whole ton of things, different like cityscapes. I think they patterned this one after San Francisco, from the look of it. They had the Coast Guard thing, they had a Build Our Airport thing. The detail on these skyscrapers just blew me away. It's fantastic. We actually got to meet the Lego City firefighter who was there. My son built a little fire truck that they had pieces set up for, and I took a look around just to see all the people who were there. There were a lot of people here. There was a really neat art creation area where you're given a square white piece of tile, and you could put on one by one pieces of Lego to make art and put them up for other people to see. I made an ocean sunset scene. My son made this. I'm not sure what it is, but it's cool. Next to Lego art was a make your own race car section where we made race cars out of all these different parts, raced them down this ramp. My boy made this, and this little guy's mine. Here's the race. After that, we went over to the monochrome brick build, where people were surprisingly creative with Legos using only one color. It was impressive what people were building. But one color just isn't enough for a 6-year-old, so we ended up over at the Hero Factory, where they had all kinds of different Legos. These are the really new things, where you'd make heroes or good guys. This is my son's, and this is mine, the bad guy with no torso and the awesome kicks. Admittedly, this is a far cry from the Legos of our day, but it is impressive to see the amount of creativity that can go into these things, with all the different colors and weapons and faces and things. We wandered back to the first part where all the big models were and found Lightning McQueen. Now this has got to be really close to life size, and the amount of detail on this thing is just absolutely incredible. Next to that was the big brick pile, and let me tell you, this place was aptly named. They just threw an entire ton of Lego bricks on the floor and let people do what they would. And it's amazing the creativity that even comes out of just a pile of bricks. I just couldn't get over the sea of humanity juxtaposed with the sea of Lego bricks. It was impressive, but even that couldn't hold a 6-year-old's attention forever, so we went over to the Spinjitzu section where I put a little minifigure on a spinner and battled my son and won! Next to that, we found the Yoda Chronicles, where Yoda didn't seem too pleased with us. The kids were building Star Wars-inspired ships of all different shapes and sizes and colors and things, and my son built this. I'm not sure what it is, but it's cool. We found our way back to Lego Nation. We found it much more populated than when we left. My son built a few more things, and for some reason had them place them in Colorado. Not sure why. We tried our hand at the Lego Challenge Zone, where you have 2 minutes to build something that the presenter thinks up on the spot. And then finally we had to go over to the Lego retail store, where there were lots of people and lots of Legos. Finally, it was time to go. Legos! Our carriage arrived for us outside the convention center, and I couldn't help but reflect on what a fantastic day I had with my 6-year-old son. I know that it's still a few years off for you, potentially, but if you ever have a chance to do something like this, don't hesitate. It's a blast. And if you need somebody to go with you, you just give us a call. That's all from here. Good luck, Godspeed, see you next time.